Hey, so I want to talk a bit today about personal training. Personal training is becoming more and more popular, I think, as a profession. A lot of people are looking to get away from the office life, pretty much. 9 to 5 days, having to wear a suit to work, working for someone else. I think personal training seems quite appealing to a lot of people. Idea being you turn up to work, train a few clients, wear a tracksuit, you set your own schedule, you work when you like. Reality is not quite like that. It's a lot tougher than that. But it's still a fantastic job, so a lot of people are looking to get into it. A lot of people always ask me, what's the best qualification I can do? What qualification can make the best trainer? Where's best value for money? I think my main response to that really is it doesn't matter. Certainly with regards to UK qualifications and my experience, also kind of rest of the world as well, is that your basic qualification, it really it doesn't matter where you get it from at all. Qualification really is a means to an end. It's a way to get insurance, basically. Anyone can market themselves as a personal trainer. It's not a protected term, but to get insured as a trainer, you need a qualification. Obviously, no insurance, not great if you kill a client. You're going to be a bit screwed, really. That's the basic of qualifications, that it doesn't really matter too much what one you have. Now, in the UK, there's quite a few places that do it. Ones I can think off the top of my head, you've got Premier, who are the ones I did mine with. Talk a bit more about them in a sec. You've got YMCA, you've got Future Fit, the Training Room, European Institute of Fitness. There's a few more as well, but they're kind of the five main ones I'd say. I've known trainers from all different ones, and obviously myself, I qualified with Premier. And really the main thing is that where someone's come from doesn't particularly have much of an impact on how they are as a trainer. It's much more about the person. With Premier, mine was pretty good. When I did it, it was an 8-week course. It was 9 hours a day, so it's fairly fairly in depth, not really as much as needed, but at the time, that was kind of towards the longer end of the spectrum for how long courses ran. It was pretty good. There's nothing with Premier that you'd say, oh, that's what they're telling me is wrong, or I know that to be a myth or anything. And our lectures are fantastic, actually. So a lot of the time, even if there was stuff in the textbooks that was a bit so-so, you think that's not really right, they would say, textbook says this, in the exam we're going to have to answer that way, but actually what we'd say is X, Y, and Z. So guys we had one bloke who was a fitness model, wrote for Men's Health and Men's Fitness, just designed a really cool kettlebell course as well, newer stuff. We had a guy who used to cycle for GB, who's pretty in the know with everything kind of sports and conditioning training really, and just people who've had their own successful businesses ready, so they're really useful on that front. Trouble with a lot of qualifications now is they're just trying to get people through as quickly as possible. So I think if you qualify today, on the next sort of couple of years or so, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you're not going to learn a whole lot at all from your qualification. I learned bits and pieces from mine, but it was still not massively in depth by any means. But now I was up at the venue I did mine at originally for a Olympic lifting course the other day, and they're getting people through now in under 4 weeks, which just is quite scary. That someone going from not stepping foot in the gym to suddenly having 15, 20 clients a week potentially in their hands, without much in the way of training whatsoever. Not quite as scary as a link someone sent me the other day that was to a US site, US company, who are now doing a fully online personal training qualification. So you get your material sent to you, take an online exam, and if you pass, then hooray, you're a fully qualified personal trainer. Which I think is pretty diabolical, really, that the fact you don't have to get any hands-on experience. Certainly there's a big kind of thing with interpersonal, one-on-one, how you act with people, aspects of personal training. And if you're not being assessed at all on that, that's quite worrying, really. In essence, the start of the personal training qualification you get really doesn't matter a huge amount. Pick one that suits your budget, that you think looks okay. Chat to some trainers as well. If you know a trainer who's really spot on their stuff, ask them what one they did, because they might have learned stuff off the course. Chances are they probably got most of it from their own reading and research. But yeah, they might have learned a bit on the course. Likewise, if you know a trainer who's just terrible, won't use any particular other ways to describe them, but you've got a trainer who's not very good, then ask them where they did their qualification and avoid wherever they did like the plague. That kind of leads us on to the next bit, which is alternative qualifications or add-ons, really, because I think that's where you can differentiate yourself from, so-and-so just left PT school with a basic qualification is the extras. I did sports massage, kind of along with my PT, because for when I did it, you got the sports massage at discounted rate if you did PT. That was really useful. I'd recommend everyone does that, even if you're not going to offer a sports massager service. And I've never charged anyone for a massage. Sorry, that sounds quite wrong. Never charged anyone for a massage, never given them a massage or anything else either. Only because I didn't particularly enjoy the massage side of things. It's not a service I want to do. I always refer clients out if they want to get a massage. I've got a few people who I send clients to. But the thing that was really useful for that was kind of the injury and rehab side of things. If being honest, you're going to be training mainly average people, office workers, people that spend a lot of time sitting down, and they're going to be broken. They're going to have stuff that's sore, stuff that's tight, stuff that's horribly weak. They're going to have a train wreck of a posture. So you can certainly advise on how they can feel healthier. In a basic PT qualification, there's very little on kind of muscle balance, muscle structure, injuries, stuff like that. With massage, there's a lot. And whilst you can't diagnose per se, what you can do is someone says, oh, so-and-so muscle feels really tight today. You can say, oh, you might have a tight so-and-so, or potentially this is impinging, or here's a mobility stretch for you to do between workouts. Have you tried foam rolling, stuff like that, which are all covered in a massage course. So definitely do that, even if you think you're going to refer all you guys out. In my knowledge compared to of anatomy and physiology and injuries and stuff, compared to a proper physio or sports masseur, is absolutely tiny. Hardly know anything in the grand scheme of things, but the knowledge I got, or the basic knowledge I got that from the course, has just helped so much with clients just feeling healthier, really. I don't think I'd be able to do without that qualification. So that would be the first one I'd do, without a doubt. The second one that I'd do straight away as well would be a nutrition course. I think nutrition is something that a lot of people know a hell of a lot about anyway, even people who don't train people. A lot of guys are really clued up on nutrition. And for my PT qualification, whether they do it now or not with a reduced time frame, I don't know, but we had a bit of basic nutrition stuff. It wasn't too bad. It went into kind of some more sciencey stuff, so things like structures of protein, carbs and fat, what they actually do in the body, how they work with kind of recovery and muscle protein synthesis and everything like that, which was really good. And it kind of applied it practically, but a lot of courses don't. I'm thinking now they probably won't, and some are just awful as well. They'll say eat every 2 to 3 hours, eat 6 to 8 meals a day, eat lots of carbs. They'll teach the food pyramid or the food plate or whatever bollocks it is now that they're the government promote for supposedly healthy living. They'll teach that just saturated fat's going to kill you, just ridiculous things such as those. So I definitely do a nutrition qualification. One that I did and would really recommend, was probably a bit biased, but I did precision nutrition, which is John Berardi's qualification. That was purely online, but it was really good. Get a massive textbook, a big chunky textbook through, workbook as well. You've got access to forums, you've got an exam. It's an online open book exam, but the thing is it's more about kind of getting the knowledge and applying it rather than just learning facts, which I really like because obviously every client's different. Best thing was it does the sciencey stuff as well in a lot more depth too. You cover things like hormones and digestive enzymes, the whole digestive system, things like that. But you also get the practical side as well. So there's case studies in there. You learn how to deal with special populations, different dietary needs, things like that, athletic nutrition. So really you can't beat it in that respect. I think it was brilliant for that. So yeah, definitely that. And then from then, I suppose you kind of look at your own interests, and that's pretty much up to you. I did an Olympic weightlifting course recently purely because it interested me. no other reason. I've not got any clients who particularly want to do it. I don't teach any clients at the moment. It's not going to make me any more money, but I quite fancy doing it, so I went and did it. I think it's a decent one to do. Went to a fat loss seminar last year. Again, it's pretty good. Learned a bit from that. Majority of my clients are fat loss, so in theory, if you wanted to then put your price up and say, because I'm now a fat loss specialist, it might sound a bit anal, but if you wanted to, that could be something you do. If you particularly want to specialise in fat loss, you do courses on that. Something like kettlebells is worth a shot. I think my own personal view is that just to teach someone a swing or a get up or a press or whatever, you don't really need a specialist qualification. But if you want to go into teaching classes, then it's worth a shot. Pre and postnatal is a good one. There's a big market out there. That means sounds sexist. I think probably more for the female trainers. That'd be a good one to specialise in. Just because most sort of mothers sort of in childbirth stage might be more comfortable working with the female. GP referral as well is a decent one to do. The trouble with that is you're going to find you've got people coming to you who don't really want to train. They've just been sent by their doctors. They're probably horrendously fat and out of shape. Couldn't give a toss. They'll probably put in 20% effort in your session and then go home and just eat a load of crap afterwards. So I think you can make good money from it. I was speaking to a guy recently who said he charged about £70 an hour for his GP referral clients because they're getting it paid for them. So that's not a bad one to get if you want to make some money, but it's not going to be the most scintillating, I'd imagine. And then after that, take it from there. Business is a big one. I don't really recommend that many business courses. Not that there's anything wrong with them, just I found actually you can do a lot of reading to get your business stuff done. We're going to talk about those in another video, along with other business tips and things. I've got a video coming up on pretty much what I learned from screwing up, really. So I made loads of mistakes in my first couple of years in the industry, and it took me quite a long time to build up to the stage where I was happy with my workload and fully booked and making the money I wanted and stuff. So it's pretty much going to be me telling you exactly how I screwed up and exactly how you can avoid the same things. That's coming up, going to be in the same video series of tips for personal trainers. But if there's anything else you want covered, I'm more than happy to go through it. So pretty much anything that could have been done wrong, I've definitely done it. Likewise, if you want more stuff on qualifications, just give me a shout. Just put your comments in the box below, or you can get me at facebook.com/healthy living heavy lifting, healthylivingheavylifting.com, and we're on Twitter as well. So yeah, just give me a shout. I shall catch you soon for the next video. Cheers for watching.